Now, Representative Paul Gosar is not happy about the response to his tweet of a fake picture showing former President Barack Obama meeting with Iranian President Hassan Rouhani. So let me show you that picture here. So, that's the picture of him, of Obama, shaking the hand of Rouhani. Oh my God, dangerous terrorist Muslim. Oh my God. And then there's the Rouhani guy. So that's the picture that's going around, retweeted. And by the way, Gozar, he retweets this picture, right? And he says that the world is a better place without these guys in power. So now there's one problem with this. For one, that never actually happened. Actually, there's more than one problem with this. For one, it didn't happen. No, Obama never shook the hand of Rouhani. But of course, facts have never stopped a conservative from stoking fear and hatred against both Obama and Muslims. And also, like I said, this is literal fake news because Rouhani is actually still in power. I know. So now, CNN journalist Andrew Kaczynski pointed this out and noted that Gozar was sharing an edited version of this photo that was taken in 2011 when Obama met with former Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. So let me show you the original footage or the original picture here. So again, edited picture, right? And then real picture. So, all right, that's real. So again, two strikes there. Completely wrong. But this is a kind of blatant misinformation that we have sitting members of Congress in the Republican Party tweeting out. So now, after Gozar was called out, like a baby, he went on the attack, or just like Donald Trump, he said this to the dim-witted reporters. No one said this wasn't photoshopped. No one said the president of Iran was dead. No one said Obama met with Rouhani in person. The tweet says, the world is a better place without either of them in power. Well, see, that would make sense. But you said the world is a better place without them in power, not the world would be a better place without them in power. Because again, yes, while Obama is no longer president, although he does live rent-free in your head for some reason, Rouhani definitely still in power in Iran. But one more here, he says, quote, the point remains to all but the dimmest. Obama coddled, appeased, nurtured, and protected the world's number one sponsor of terror. Well, look, okay, so, I mean, on that point, yeah, Obama was pretty friendly with Saudi Arabia. Oh, you meant Iran. Okay, sorry about that. But he continues, he said, the world is better without Obama as president. The world will be better off without Rouhani. Now, on that point, you realize Rouhani doesn't really call the shots in Iran. If you knew anything about anything, it's actually the Ayatollah that is the most powerful person in Iran. And by the way, the number two person, not Rouhani, the number two person is the person we killed in a drone attack. It's kind of why Iran's a little angry at us right now. I'm just saying. So now, the question is, how is the world safer and better now without both Obama and would be safer without Rouhani? Again, Rouhani is basically, he's like a figurehead at this point. Doesn't really matter, doesn't really call the shots. And Obama actually made an Iran deal where Iran actually stopped their nuclear weapons program. Now, I don't know about you, but I think having less nuclear weapons in the world actually does make the world a little bit safer. But I don't know, maybe he's got a different definition of safe. For example, having to pull all of our people out, all of our civilians out of Iraq and shipping an additional 3,500 troops to that area. Well, for me, it doesn't seem like it's, that you would do that in a situation where Americans are safer. I'm just saying. I know maybe I'm using too much facts and logic for some of these people. But look, again, People like Gozar, I mean, for one, they lie. And for two, I think they actually do want somebody like the Ayatollah, but a Christian Ayatollah running the United States. So that's scary in itself, right? But look, what do you expect from somebody who is deeply unhinged? And look, I say that, but I'm not the only one that has said that. In fact, here you had Gozar's entire family back in the election saying this.
None of this is pleasant for any of us.
It's horrible to have to do this.
To speak up against my brother, it brings sadness to me.
This isn't just about Paul. This is about their family.
I think my brother has traded a lot of the values we had at our kitchen table.
I couldn't be quiet any longer, nor should any of us be.
We got to stand up for our good name. This is not who we are.
It's intervention time. And intervention time means that you go to vote, and you go to vote Paul out. My name is Tim Gosar.
My name is Jennifer Gosar.
Gaston Gosar.
Joan Gosar.
Grace Gosar.
David Gosar.
Paul Gosar is my brother.
My brother.
My brother. And I endorse Dr. Brill.
Dr. Brill.
Dr. Brill.
And I wholeheartedly endorse Dr. David Brill for Congress.
That is, and will ever forever be, devastating. Wow. One of the most brutal campaign ads that came out, with your entire family against you, against Gozar. I mean, man, that's got to be an awkward Thanksgiving. But look, that's what happened. Your own family. Yeah, of course, he still won. And Arizona voters were like, yeah, you know what? It turns out we don't really care. That's our guy. And so, and this is the reason why, because he puts out massive disinformation, straight up lies, and then of course gets all whiny, you know, when he's called out on it. So now that whole thing, of course, went very, very poorly on social media. Let me give you some examples here. Representative Sean Casten, he's a Democrat from Illinois, tweeted this, quote, "The world would be a better place if elected officials didn't share photoshopped images and take pride in being ignorant. This is irresponsible." Sean Morrow said this, "No one said this isn't photoshopped. It's the Gettysburg Address of modern politics." Tiny Dancer says, "You're an idiot for tweeting it out in the first place. I hope Arizona kicks you to the curbside in November. You are despicable and a complete Trump chump," which he is. And then Papillon Noor says, "The factual incorrectness of the photo and the half-truth-laden caption together support that this photo is not only intended to incite fear and hate at a black Christian man and a brown Muslim man." And look, unfortunately, that's all they have to win. I mean, that's what they rely on. I mean, look, nobody's concerned with healthcare, education, higher wages if they're too afraid of getting blown up by a brown person. Let's be honest with you about that. Now, of course, what they don't tell you is it's actually far more likely in America to be killed by a white right-wing terrorist than a Muslim one. And that's just the facts. And that, look, this entire Iran situation was engineered by our politicians. It's mainly the fault of Donald Trump, but also the Republican Party for, of course, railing against the Iran deal. And look, these same politicians, look, Trump's an idiot and he ripped it up because he doesn't know any better. He's not a smart person. But the Republicans who cheered it on, people like Lindsey Graham, they are backed by defense contractors. Lindsey Graham never met a war he didn't like. And look, it's all a ploy to make money and to bomb people that they hate. And that's what this is. In reality, the world will be much, much better off without the defense contractors and their dirty money in politics affecting our foreign policy, and without dishonest hacks like Paul Gosar. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.